Hola, bienvenidos a Lightspeed Spanish. Today I am going to share with you the false conditional that we have in English that could cause you problems a la hora de traducir al español. And it's when we're talking in the past. Pues vamos a hablar de todo en la segunda parte.
Ojalá tuviera yo un español más decente.
So what is the conditional? Well, the conditional is something that you would do were certain things to happen. Okay? Were certain conditions to be met. So for example, I would eat less if I had more willpower. That's a conditional. I would eat less, but I'm not going to. Okay? So that's a conditional. In Spanish, the conditional is made like this. Yo comería menos. Yo haría eso. Yo no haría eso. So I would eat less. I would do that. I wouldn't do that. That's a conditional. But what happens in English is that sometimes when we're talking in the past, instead of using used to, we use would. Let me give you an example. When I was a child, my father would come home at 5 o'clock. Now, so what we've got here, and for those who've seen my false preterite video, we've got a false preterite when I was young, was, okay, just was. Not when I used to be a child, no, when I was young. My father would come home at 5. So, if we were going to do a random translation based on what we think that is, we would say, Cuando fui joven, mi padre vendría a las 5. Vendría a casa a las 5. No, completely wrong. First of all, when I was young, you don't even need to calculate that. When you say when I was young, you have no choice than to use the imperfect. Why? Because when you say when I was young, you were always going to talk about another event. Two events happening, background event has to be imperfect. So you always say cuando era joven. There's no choice in that. You can't say cuando fui joven, cuando era joven, because you're going to talk about something else. But then my father would come home at 5. So we got would, but it's not conditional. There's no condition to that. We're talking about what he would do as a matter of course, by habit. So that is, mi padre llegaba a casa a las 5. Llegaba. Mi padre llegaba. Imperfect. So what we're saying is, when I was young, my father used to arrive at home, and it's all the same length of time. Okay? In English we use would. But if you were to use cuando era joven mi padre llegaría a casa, it doesn't make any sense at all. And so you've got to watch out for those sentences when you've got a would. The tip is this. If you can replace the would with used to, then you know that it's imperfect and it's not conditional. My father used to arrive home at 5. Llegaba. So what about this sentence? My mother would always make toad in the hole on Saturdays. So, first of all, is it conditional? Is it really conditional? Or is it a used to? Let's try it. My mother always used to make toad in the hole on Saturdays. It fits, it works. And so we know that it's not conditional, it's the imperfect. So that would be, mi madre siempre preparaba o hacía toad in the hole. Toad in the hole no tiene traducción. Okay, it's toad in the hole, that's it. Los sábados. So siempre preparaba. So we know it's past. Try this sentence though, and we'll do the same check. My mother would make toad in the hole, but she has no flour. So now what we've got to do is see if that would is really a conditional or not by changing it to used to. My mother used to make toad in the hole, but she has no flour. Doesn't make any sense. We're in the past and then we're in the present. She has no flour. So that's a real conditional. Mi madre prepararía toad in the hole, pero no tiene harina. So that is a real conditional because the used to just doesn't work in it. Whereas if the used to works in it, then you change it to the imperfect. If you would like to know more about the Spanish past and get some great tips and advice, we've got a wonderful book called Perfecting the Past in Spanish, and it's our #1 seller. And it's in Amazon, and it's available in audio, in Audible, in Kindle, and in book form. Bueno chicos, gracias por haber estado conmigo. Y yo voy a hablar más de cosas sobre la gramática española en el futuro, si Dios quiere. Hasta luego, adiós.